Jeff.
All right. Um, yeah, when I first read this lesson, it had a hard time relating to it because I have no military experience, and it was specifically about battle decisions. But after reading it several times and thinking about it through the week, I learned that I could imagine that situation. I can imagine being the risk averse colonel who chose not to act. I can also imagine being the junior officer who was willing to take a risk. From his perspective, I think he didn't think it was a choice. He felt like the situation demanded action. And that led me to ask myself a bunch of questions, imagining that scenario or one like it. Am I trying to defend a position that is indefensible? How do I interpret my orders? When do I do what I'm told? The societal default now is just do what I say and don't ask questions, which I think is pretty ineffective if you really want performance. When I receive new information, do I consider it? Do I choose to remain unprepared? And does this lead to intention without action or action without intention? Do I choose to reject possible solutions? Is there any value in having a great defense if you have no offense? I think both are required. Do I understand the reason that I'm here? This would be my purpose, defining my mission and sets my intention, and then all the strategies, tactics, knowledge, and training that come later will be in alignment to achieve a well-defined goal. And then it's just a matter of, doing the work as best I can. And that's kind of what I took from the story. And then the exercises, exercise 2 stood out to me, which was identify one of your unit's operational rules of action and then imagine a situation where you'd need to adapt the rule in order to preserve its greater spirit. Obviously, I'm not part of a military unit, but I am training a new fire pilot this month. He's a great guy. He's been training and flying for years. He's got a lot of experience. And now he's learning the specific skill set required to begin his first year of flying missions in the tactical fire environment. And he's got an oral examination and a flight check coming up. So we're trying to prepare him for that and ultimately prepare him for the year that's ahead of him. So one of the rules that I teach and believe in is don't lose sight of the target once you've acquired it. And that's specifically a flying rule, but it also led me back to my own intentions, knowing from time to time that I lose sight of my target, even though I know I must keep it in sight. Another rule that we teach and we think is critical is if I can't see through the smoke, then I don't fly through it, because there may be a mountain hidden inside that smoke. Why would I break my rules? It would have to be an extreme case because I know the potential risks associated with breaking them. But for example, is there an orphanage on fire in there? If possible, if so, we may decide to take that additional risk. If it's just rocks and trees, we're probably not going to do it. So it would be a risk reward decision. My new pilot is learning many things. He's super excited. But as a new guy, he has my authority to break all of my rules to satisfy his personal mission. And I assigned him his personal mission for the next 24 months. And it's super simple. His mission is to survive the experience, don't crash the airplane, and don't hurt anyone on the ground. This is his prime directive. And this allows him to break all the other rules, the government rules, my rules, all of them, just to achieve this one thing. And that allows me to feel good about sending him out into the world, knowing that he doesn't know all that he needs to know, but he knows all that I can give him in the time that we've had together. So the last thing I want is for him to get hurt or hurt someone else. So that was a huge aha moment. The trader's exercise, trading your plan with discipline or not. I've been trading for a number of years. This question always exists, and you question yourself, you question your rules. But this exercise my word from last week was believe. So I asked myself, do I believe in my plan? If I believe in my plan, why would I want to deviate from it? And one of the things a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I heard Ken tell the story about the young child with the simple soccer plan, and that resonated. So, I basically decided that I was going to be the young child with the simple soccer plan. Do I need anything more than this? I believe that all I need is a simple, proven plan that is good enough to trade. I think I have that. I must have the will to do the work as best I can to prepare and, trade the plan. I have to have the discipline to execute every trade in the moment and adapt to changing conditions, which would be stop and reverse, something I didn't have that skill before. So that's one of the crucial things that I'm learning and doing now, which is a game changer, by the way. When you give up on your idea of what the market should do and just go with it and get paid, it's a great feeling. I can be wrong and still make money. I realized the biggest aha moment of this trader exercise is I realized for the first time that the pilot part of me would never approve any trading plan that was less than 99% accurate. Because in aviation, we measure time between failures as occurrences per 100,000 hours. So obviously in the aviation business, when you're putting people's lives in your airplane, you want as almost as perfect a system as you can get. But that doesn't exist in the markets. So I just decided the pilot part of me doesn't get to make that decision. However, he's more than happy to execute the trades. Like, he loves pushing the buttons, right? And he's pretty good at that. He can watch the screen, push the button. So that's his job. The manager, CEO part of me makes the decision on the trading plan. And then the last thing was, the plan alone is not enough. Planning without action is worthless. And I heard a quote years ago. I have a whole book of quotes. I'm constantly writing them down in my journal. But the best idea in the world without execution is worth $20. That's what they'll give you for it, because that's just a plan, right? But a simple plan that works combined with flawless execution could be worth $20 million. And it's been proven over and over again. So give the razor away for free and then sell them blades for the rest of their life. It's not a complex plan, but it's made a lot of people a lot of money for a long time. So that was kind of my work for the week. My work in progress is just to do the work in accordance with my plan. Plan, prepare, execute, and assess. I'm trying to identify and eliminate my errors. And also at the same time, just to add balance, to identify what is working and do more of that. It's pretty easy to just get down on yourself and focus only on the mistakes you made during the week. I think during the assess phase, just like we do in aviation, it needs to be a well-rounded picture. Talk about what went wrong, but also talk about what went right and what you can do better. And then just keep on working. We're not going to do the assessment and then just quit because we weren't perfect. And then I'm also halfway through creating a knee board form to use as my daily trade log, because it's just muscle memory for me. In the airplane all day long, I'm writing down all the important information on my knee board. And I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm going to take that muscle memory and that I already have, and that's going to be my written daily trade log, so that I'll make sure that I capture the things that I need during the heat of the moment. I think that's all I got for the day, guys. Aho.